Hey, how you doing? Hey, this is Admin from PlexGuide. So this is the introduction version 4 video. So it's kind of needed to replace 3 because a lot of changes are taking place. Plus to kind of focus on the redirection for the wiki, what we kind of want to kind of introduce. So the version 3 video just kind of had to talk through some of the stuff. And it kind of, some people didn't fully understand what was going on and what it was for and what PlexGuide generally is. So here we are. And most likely you came to here. And there's an introduction video link here. And what the purpose of PlexGuide is, well, first of all, let me just read the mission statement from PlexGuide. And right here is that it's an all-in-one media solution that deploys a media server through the use of your local HD or Google Drive, serving as an unlimited backend storage. So if you do this, that serves as an unlimited backend storage. PlexGuide utilizes Ansible and Docker, two technologies to streamline your media server while deploying multiple tools for your server operations. So long story short is that when you have PlexGuide installed, you will end up with something like this, right? Various options, various programs you can install, certain things to protect you. So for example, protection is always one of the key things, right, of any program. So if I type Portainer RPG rules, you see that I can get into this program right here. But if I'm not logged into it properly, let's go here, new private window. It's because it's holding on some cache. Portainer RPG rules, the account is protected here. Pretty simple, right? That you'll notice that the account is protected here. Pretty simple, isn't it? So this program does multiple things for you. So you're able to launch multiple programs in a hasty manner. And so what do you mean hasty manner? Well, if you're typically dealing with Linux, you're going to be in here doing this all day. You're going to be like apt-get, install Plex, you know, blah, blah, tools, this, that, right? Sounds fun. The problem you run into is that, like I did, is you run into a thing called dependency hell. And if something's missing or you add something, it may cause havoc on something else. So in dealing with virtual machines all the time, I learned about Portainer. And the best way to explain what Docker. And what Docker basically is, it's like a program that runs kind of like a mini virtual machine within its own self. So if Plex is running, Plex thinks it's in its own virtual machine. But the cool thing, it doesn't bog down your resources because it doesn't deploy a whole operating system. If you don't know much about virtual machines, don't worry about it too much. If you don't, just think of virtual machines as pretend computers or pretend containers. You know, things that don't really exist, but they do. It's kind of hard to explain it. So if I type Docker PS right now, I have several programs that are running. See, Sonar, Radar, ZabNZBD, NetData, Portainer, but they're installable within a heartbeat. So I'm just go ahead and type PlexGuide here, and we're gonna do a quick demo of some programs that are programs that I can install in a short and timely manner. So we'll go ahead and do Tatuli. See, you just queue it up. So that was the fun part. Altube, and let's do MB. And then I hit deploy. Within a matter of, I don't know, a minute or two, all these programs will install. We even have a lovely mass cron job interface. You can skip cron jobs, and because basically, long story short, you can back it up to your Google Drive. But you can select a cron for each application you have, or you can have it do it randomly for you. So the purpose is to speed up this video. We're going to say no cron jobs. And so Tatuli will probably take about, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds to roll. And long story short, too, not only can you install your programs, you can use PlexGuide's Trafic to serve as a reverse proxy. Kind of took me a while to understand that a long time ago. I was like for example, in our original role PlexGuide, we didn't use domains. It was just like, here's a port and here's the program. And then people started complaining, hey, I want to do domains and subdomains, and that's where the reverse proxy came in handy. Basically, it's reversing your IP, so it translates, you know, domain. I think you get the idea. So if I do Tatuli dot PlexGuide, not PlexGuide, rpgsrules.com. And there you go. That's how fast, and it gave you the HTTPS certificate. So that's what I mean by reverse proxy. This program does it all for you. So here's Altube coming up. So let's give Altube a second. And Tatuli is an awesome program. This ties in with Plex. The good thing about a lot of our containers is that they're written in a certain manner, which actually minimizes the configuration for you. So for example, when you deploy, if you used NCP Git, Radar, Sonar, what happens is the program deploys, then it shuts down. Then Ansible, our program here, will then rewrite some configuration files for you, then bring it up. And that's it. Okay, so it looks like alltube is done. So look, if I do alltube.rpgsrules.com, and there you go. So that's how fast the program came up. The great thing about these programs, and it's maybe a full thing you don't realize, is that within Docker, you have the ability to translate ports and data points. What do I mean by data points? Well, all the data that's generated by the programs, you can set to a specific location. So if you install Plex, it's not, data is going to be like several layers deep in folders, right? So if I do cd opt app data, ls la, and here's the program, see? So I have them outputting all their data here. And some of you people are having an aha moment. Yeah, if you destroy your container and you bring it back up and your data's still there, the program will work just as is. So if you decide to destroy your server, back up all the stuff to Google Drive, and then restore it, and then open up the program again, it will just work out of the box like how you just left it. So that's the great thing about all the data being standardized. So if we go to CD Plex, you see there's going to be that long path. But the point is that the long paths are under our structure. See, so if I go to CD opt app data .sonar, all the data is right there. So reverse proxy kicks in, program is loaded, and the data is generated. That's simple, right? If you want to get rid of a program, we have it built in, or you can just type a simple command. But if you want to trash a program, right, you don't have to worry about the dependency, because since the containers run in their own little virtual machines, they don't break anything. So if I do Sonar, but well, no, I don't want to get rid of Sonar. I was just doing some testing. If I do alltube, it's going to remove the data and it's going to destroy the container for me. That's simple. So if I bring this up again, it should be gone. There you go, see? And then if I do ls, yeah. So you see the alltube folder is gone. So that's how easy this is. So it's kind of hard to explain what this program does because it does a lot, right? But it does a lot for you because you can install this in a virtual machine, a real machine, or a remote server, local. You can run multiple HDs. Like I said, Plex Guide does a lot. You can close ports, you can open ports for protection. So right now you have Trafic, and basically that's deployed. PG Shield is the authentication piece that I talked about a little bit earlier, which showed you that protection. So all you have to do is configure that. You see how ports are closed. So if I type rpgsrules.com 9000, which is Portainer, see, you can't even get to it. It's just because of that option providing you all that protection right there. Okay, back out of that. So the app installer you saw, the thing is when the apps are installed, they disappear from this list here. If for some reason you need to redeploy it, you can. You just type it in again and you're kind of good to go from there. You understand that the app can remove. Now here's a cool thing, cloud instances. You might need to watch there is a video for Hetzner and there is a video for Google GC, so I'm not going to get too detailed into them. But long story short, you get $300 worth of credits. This basically creates a cloud virtual machine through Google with a full gig up and down pipe. And your credits last you about 2.5 months. After your credits run out, you can literally just build another account, a free account. You need to maintain the original Google G Suite and share out that account to your second account. And if you do that, guess what you can do again? You can upload, download, and keep earning through $300 credits. Cloud Hetzner. Now the thing is, the irony is this program right here that I'm running, it's running on a Hetzner machine, which is a cloud instance. If you use their cloud instances, they run about no more than €2, €3 per month with a dedicated IPv4. So it makes testing great. Even if you have Plex Guide, it's not bad to test because you may want to back up your data or store your data up on another version of Plex Guide. Because if you do that, it will work out of the box like how you see it. So if you decide to upgrade or do anything, you'll be good to go. Okay, kind of enough of that. But yeah, check out their videos. And like I said, I was held the code in. We have some tools here. So PG Vault, this is your backup and restore. So very lovely program. So you can see that my program, you can see that my account here is called home slice. Current server ID is called home slice, and this is the process location. Look, you can back up your data. See, look how easy that is. You pick your program, and it backs up your data. So if I do, let's say we do Heimdall, and it stacks too. See, so I can do Heimdall, and I can do. I'm trying to think here. MB maybe, and then do deploy. And what it's going to do is it's going to, zip all the files, send it to your Google Drive. You see how easy that is? And now it's doing MB, and it's doing the exact same thing. Stopping the container, zipping up your data. See? That easy. So the great thing is that you can move PlexGuide around. So if you're stuck with a server you don't like, you can literally just move all your data. And that's it. See right there? So if I do a data restore, right, here's all my prior servers. You can see a lot of them were tests. But there's home slice, right? And you can see here that I have certain programs that are backed up. So if I do Heimdall, the program we just ran, or the program that we just backed up, and I do deploy here, it's going to go ahead and restore the data and bring it the other way around. See? Come on. And then it unzips it and reboots the container, and your container will be exactly where it was at. Pretty simple, right? So data's good. PG Patrol, you can limit the amount of users that are watching your content, which is pretty helpful. PG Scan, working on that. PG Track allows you to blow up your server with all kinds of shows and TV shows, so movies, so you don't have to do it all yourself. Personal VPN service installer. So long story short, if you decide to go ahead and install this, you can literally take the Open VPN here. So for example, this is a Hetzner Cloud, right? So if I deploy this and I put in the configuration here, my cloud server will act as a VPN server. So basically, instead of signing up for NordVPN and all those other VPNs that you see advertised, you can literally just run your own VPN. You can even set it up from your house if you know how to do all that, if you're running the PlexGuide from there. System Auditor basically does speed tests. Troubleshooting basically allows you to uninstall PlexGuide or reset certain things. And then settings here, you can change your download path. And the reason that comes in handy is because you may have your stuff download to a second drive, which comes in handy so it doesn't fill up your first drive and slow it down. You can also speed up your processor. This only works for dedicated machines, so on a virtual machine it won't do anything. Watchtower will automatically update your programs, and then obviously you can change your time on your server, right? Pretty simple, because if you don't do that, your cron jobs are going to kick in at the wrong times and just kind of piss you off. But long story short, that's what PlexGuide's all about. Basically, it installs programs in a hasty and rapid manner. It backs it up how you just saw it. There's various tools for you to utilize, and PlexGuide. Actually, let me show you a little bit of the site, because that's one of the things we should have been doing. But PlexGuide right here, we have over 57 contributors that contributed code, and we're getting close to 1,000 Git stars. So yay for that, right? And then here you can see that this is typically you right here getting up in the morning, right? But we care about our group. We do have a Discord group. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what PlexGuide is. So feel free to stop by, chat, hit us up on our forums. We always need help there. And you'll be surprised how many people have helped each other out. Because anytime you post your issues here, people can search, and they usually find answers. So it kind of cuts down on the crazy tech support piece, right? And then homepage. Yeah, so this will be our homepage. So one important thing here is to check the change logs. I use this because it's easy to put photos in. So, if you were on 8.0, right? It says, hey, this happened in 8.1, this happened in 8.2. If I can attach pictures of what the issues were, I put them there. And then, yeah, you basically can update. To update, you'll type PG update. And come on up. There you go. So if you want to update, it's that easy. You just go to versions.plexguide.com and it shows you what versions are available. If they're really, really botched up, I'll take it out. But usually I try to keep them in. But if I just go ahead and type 8.04, see, I'm on version, that's what I'm on right now. But if I type version 8, which is a beta, it installs it, whatever version you want. And that's basically it. So if I type PlexGuide, you'll notice that it says version 8 here. That's how fast the updates are in PlaceGod. But other than that, please like the video, please comment. If you have any questions, suggestions, ideas, please, post them here, or feel free to come to our Discord. You can send me an IM, even though I'm overwhelmed at times. But other than that, you have an outstanding day.